Today we're going to discuss whether or not you should stretch your bike and how far you should stretch it. This particular gsxr 1000 is stretched 16 inches, which is pretty far for street applications and for daily commutes. You definitely won't be able to knee drag this type of length. And there is the original swing arm that came on the bike. Like I said, this swing arm is 16 inches over. It's made by Evil Swing Arms. They make custom made swing arms. A lot of drag racers use these, and they're actually probably some of the cheaper swing arms to buy. They're still very quality. This particular one has under bracing, and I'm sure most of you guys have seen the block extensions that you can put into the end of a stock swing arm and make it longer. All you would need is the blocks and a extended chain. But personally, I prefer to get a custom made swing arm if you're going to stretch your bike, just because it's a lot sturdier. And if you have a very fast bike with a lot of torque, you can easily snap those little blocks in half, and that will be a bad day for you. But we're going to talk about how far you should stretch your bike. This one is 16 over, like I said. It's way too far. It's very hard to handle around turns, U-turns, anything like that. It's going to be very difficult on the handling aspect. And typically you'll probably have to get a new pair of sprockets to go along with the stretch, just to make sure your new chain wears evenly. This particular Evil swing arm comes with an air tank. I believe any swing arm they make for you over 12 inches comes with an air tank for an air shifter. It's very important to stretch your bike if you're going to be in a street race or you're going to be drag racing. But if you're a person that just goes on daily commutes or wants to go around the twisties, this isn't really the modification for you. You want to keep a stock wheelbase if that's your application, but it depends on your personal application and your personal taste. I honestly like how the stretch looks. A lot of people think it looks ugly, but I really like how a stretch looks. And this bike in particular gets a lot of attention just because it's stretched. A lot of people ask me questions about it, like how far it is and all type of different things, just because it looks kind of out of the ordinary to compare it to a normal bike. Whether or not you should stretch your bike, that's going to be up to you. But it's fairly expensive because you do have to get a new chain, potentially new sprockets, an extended brake line as you see there, the swing arm itself, and somebody to do it for you. The labor and everything can be quite expensive. However, it's a very good modification for anybody that's looking for straight line speed and wanting to go fast in a straight line, especially if your bike's modified for horsepower, such as a pipe or a ported head or anything that can increase the power, because you don't want to be doing power wheelies in first gear, second gear, third gear, etc. You want to keep that front end down as much as possible so you can win the race. For the people that really shouldn't do this, if you really like going around corners at high speeds, or if you like knee dragging or doing anything like that, this isn't really the modification for you. You should probably just keep a stock swing arm. And I've actually, you can see my fairings. I've actually dropped this bike a couple times just because it was stretched way too far. This is actually a 12 to 16 adjustable swing arm, meaning that it's all the way at the end, so it's 16 inches over, but I plan on shortening it down to 12 inches over, which my other bike is stretched 12 inches over, which is a much more suitable length for daily street use, in the sense of being able to go fast, but being able to ride it every day. I only do modifications to my bikes that make sense as far as daily driving them. I don't really get too much into engine work or cams and stuff like that. I might potentially in the future, but I don't really do that type of stuff to my bikes because I like riding my bikes daily on the street. If it's not raining outside, I'm riding a bike. That's just how it is. But this modification is pretty much just for people that want straight line speed. You can go 6 inches over. Like, it's not going to be that noticeable that your bike is stretched, but you'll still get the benefits of the stance and not doing as many power wheelies. I mean, you can still wheelie this bike even though it's stretched so far. This particular bike being 16 inches over, it would be more suited for a drag strip. This spins on the road a lot. I mean, I have a street Michelin tire on it, so it's gonna spin a lot with no weight being like next to that tire at all. It's gonna spin a lot if you hit that throttle super hard on the street. That's one reason that I plan on shortening it up. I don't ever go to the track at all, so that's why I want to put this bike at a shorter length, at a 12-inch. I feel like 12 inches is like the perfect length. The look is perfect, the stance is perfect, and it'll grip up much better on the street, especially with these nice tires on them, these Michelin Power RSs. They're really nice tires. Like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you guys think.